goal was to just very simply build the best company in our sector in the oil field.
Ron, Liberty Energy is a young company with a 12-year history. Talk to me about the origins of the company and how you've built a dominant position in the industry over the past few years.
Yeah, we are a very young company, not a huge amount of history relative to many of our peers, but started with a very simple mission. Our goal was to just very simply build the best company in our sector in the oil field. And to do that just meant being the place that people chose to want to work. We wanted to be the supplier that our customers would choose. And we wanted to be the customer of choice to the suppliers that we worked with. And we thought if we were great at all of those things, if we could create an amazing culture that attracted wonderful people, that would translate into great service quality on location, we would become the provider of choice. We never set out to be a big company. We just set out to be the best, period. That was it. And what we have found has been that if you deliver at the highest level for customers, they want more of that. And so while we never set out to be big, we have, by virtue of delivering great service, grown to be the second largest service company in North America now. It's been a wonderful journey.
Now, you have a strong track record of cash return on invested capital over your history that has averaged nearly 50% higher than the S&P 500. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What are you doing today to ensure continued returns?
Have to continue to focus on the things that have gotten us where we are today. Of course, we live in a cyclical world. Oil and gas has been a very cyclical business. In the 12 years we've been in business, two of the biggest downturns I've ever seen in my career, probably. And so as we think about what we need to do going forward, that means continuing to invest in technology. So we're right now transitioning our fleet to a next generation version of a fleet, running 100% on natural gas and retiring diesel as a fuel source. That helps enable our customers, A, save money in their completions process, but B, significantly lower their emissions footprint and impact as a result of doing that. Continued investment in the culture in our company, and then also branching out into new pieces of our world. We're taking the expertise we're building in power generation right now in oil and gas, and ultimately planning to deploy that outside of oil and gas. We've seen challenges with the grid here grow of late, demand for power through AI and things like that. Growing at an exponential rate, and so we see business opportunities there from the experience we have today that will help in that.
Now, you've been a leading voice in energy reliability, accessibility, and affordability, and how energy impacts human quality of life. Tell us about your vision and your goals on changing the dialogue that surrounds energy.
We have a very simple mission at Liberty, bettering human lives. And so we started publishing a report 3 years ago called exactly that, with the idea that we would work to encourage maybe a more pragmatic conversation around energy in the world. We are the lucky 1 billion who know and love the life that we enjoy today, but that life is not possible without access to affordable, reliable energy. 7 billion people on the face of this earth do not enjoy that same experience that we do. And so we have been very vocal as an organization around an important conversation that reminds everybody that while energy or access to energy maybe isn't directly the path out of poverty, you don't lift yourself out of poverty without it. And so bettering human lives has been about encouraging that conversation at schools, amongst policymakers, around the dining room table about pragmatic energy, poverty, and where those things intersect.
Now, you recently launched the Bettering Human Lives Foundation. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so this is maybe a step further in that journey. There are challenges globally around energy access, but we recognize one of maybe the quickest ones that we could impact was changing how people cook their meals. There are still 4 out of 5 families in sub-Saharan Africa that cook their meals over a stove today that burns wood or charcoal or crop waste. And they live inside these huts and inhale that smoke all day long. Millions of people die prematurely every year because they cook over those conditions. A very simple transition for them would be a move to a propane stove. And so we've created the Bettering Human Lives Foundation to enable entrepreneurs in Africa, and we're going to get started in a couple of countries there, likely Kenya and Ghana, enabling entrepreneurs to help families make that transition from a wood stove to a clean propane cook stove. It'll change lives dramatically. And so we're early days on that, but very excited about the journey we're on there.
Well, it's been wonderful to talk with you, Ron. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.